Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And this humongous production is our review and preview, Matt, of...
Yeah, it's a double video because we got Terrorscape to talk about it, and we got Terrorscape 2.
The Revenge of Terrorscape. Absolutely. So, this is our view of this horror-themed one versus many game.
Yeah, because the Terrorscape came out now like a couple of years ago, but we haven't really covered it on the channel, so we want to chat a little bit about that. But most exciting is that Terrorscape 2 is live now on Game Found. So we just want to give you an idea. Should you back it? Should you not? Should you running around the house trying to escape a very evil dude with a chainsaw, stuff like that.
Exactly. And if you want to hear what we think about these games, then maybe consider
hit the subscribe button.
Do that before the killer gets you.
Button. Yeah, murder it.
Stab it with your mouse pointer, and let's dive in to talk about a very, very scary one versus all game.
Let's go.
Rolling dice, feeling nice, cardboard dreams and game schemes. Click subscribe, it's a vibe. Board Stupid's all we need. Board Stupid, game reviews for you and me. Board Stupid, here's what you should play and see.
So, Matt, what exactly do we have in front of us right now?
Well, in front of us, we got basically what's going to be in Terrorscape 2. So, as you can see, you got this massive building that is going to be used as the screen between the killer and the player. For space reason, we just set it up what the players are gonna do, and the killer is on the other side. But the killer map is basically the same things, and we'll see a few things. But again, Terrorscape 1 and Terrorscape 2 mechanically are very much the same game. There are few differences between the two, but mechanically, what you're gonna do is the one player that's gonna play against all the other is gonna be the assassin, murderer, monster, scary dude, scary lady, ghosts, whatever, as one of these like very scary things. And what that player is going to try to do is going to try to find the survivors. They are going to play on this side of the board, and the survivors are going to try to escape the house or call for the police, and trying to do this while not making too much noise, because otherwise the player that plays the assassin, the monster, is going to find them. Because at the end of the day, the core of the game, this is a hidden movement game.
It is a hidden movement game, and this is a game that flips the hidden movement genre on its head. Typically in other examples of the genre, like in Mind Management or in Sniper Elite, or in Letters to Whitechapel, the one player, the singular player, normally has all of the information, and the rest of the players have no information. They're trying to find that one person. In this game, it's the other way around. Yeah. The killer, the bad guy, the one player, knows nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Knows absolutely nothing. And it's the rest of the players that have all of the information. This creates a very interesting dynamic because the killer's win condition, Matt, they only have to kill one of those three survivors in order to win.
Yeah, in a game, you always gonna play 1 versus 3. Now, those 3 can be controlled by one single player. That works perfectly fine.
That's great.
It can be controlled by 3 different players, or 2 players can share one of the thing. But basically, yeah, as you said, it's completely flipped the other way around.
Yeah.
And that creates these very cool things where it's not just that the play is asymmetrical as well, because the boss, the monster, is gonna play with a deck of cards. They're gonna have special action. It will let him do any sorts of like nasty things that you can think about it in a pick up something in a horror movie, that card will let you do that.
Yeah.
While the other player will just play with the special powers that each one individual character have, and you got a lot of different characters, each one with their own background, each one, the one that can fix stuff quicker, the one that can heal the other bit. So you can
all that sort of stuff.
yeah, you get the other stuff. But they are the scared one that are trying to avoid the monster, so they will constantly know where the monster is while the monster trying to search for them. And again, victory condition wise, in the Terrorscape, the first one, the victory condition were 2, and they were finding all the keys that were hidden in the house, and escape from the main door, because that's what you want to do.
Get out.
Or otherwise fixing the radio and wait for the police. Once the radio will be fixed, you can you need just to survive 5 turns, and then that's victory for the team.
Absolutely. The difference between Terrorscape and Terrorscape 2, this Terrorscape 2 adds additional victory conditions, which is very exciting. There is like a slow bob type sled machine that you can fix in addition to or instead of fixing the radio. That's another way to escape.
Fixing and fueling.
Fixing and fueling specifically. You've got to find the fuel and then fix the bobcat, and then you can get out. Or alternatively, which is also very interesting, you can try and gang up and kill the killer.
Yes, with binoculars.
So there's this really weird, very weird thematic thing where it's a little bit discombobulating.
It is silly, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. So you're going to be trying to find the killer's weakness, and then when you find the killer's weakness, you can then try and attack them and discard a load of items to try and kill
exactly.
the killer.
You will have to pick one once you find the binoculars, and you can be close to the boss. You can use these binoculars. As you can see, it's got those red lenses like 80s 3D.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you probably will not be able to see it here, but these cards will let you look at them and see what kind of weakness the boss has. But at the same time, the baddies will have the bird eye, where it's gonna tell them, okay, they know that I'm weak to this or that, but actually this is gonna give me a bonus if they try to strike me in this or that location.
Yeah.
So it gives like a little something back to the baddie as well.
And I feel like in the games that we have played, this has been like quite unlikely to happen, and I think is also explained in the outline in the rulebook. This is like your last option is you're going to try and kill the killer.
Yes. Because in a horror movie, that is probably well, it does happen sometimes.
It does happen sometimes, yeah, exactly.
But probably you want to escape rather than trying to kill a giant man with a chainsaw or someone with a lot
or the
of
predator
knives,
or whatever.
Or it's not a predator.
Oh, sorry.
It's legally
distinct from the predator. Talking about that.
Talking about the baddies. So as we say, the survivors will have. There is just 5 in Terrorscape 2, and this is just a prototype. There's gonna be more in Terrorscape 1. You got more again, and everything. Let me say it now, is cross-compatible.
Yes, so you can combine things together, the different survivors, the different killers, etc. And when you're choosing the killer, what's really great about this, there are lots of different killers available, and they all have their own individual deck and special power and special card that they can use, and these are all themed on various pop culture things that you might know from video games, from horror movies, etc.
Yeah, it's kind of like those is it exactly?
Yeah,
I get it what it
I
is.
get it, exactly.
Is
that.
the Texas chainsaw?
Yes,
Well, you can't say it, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
So is this a predator?
Yeah.
It's not a predator,
Yeah,
but
it
it might remind you of, of what a predator can do, basically. But it's all good. It's all fun. And and we had fun playing
Yeah,
this
we
game.
did have a lot of fun playing it. And what's really interesting about it is, like in other games, you're trying to, when you have these hidden movement type things, you're trying to work on the clues that you've been given. And the clue mechanism in this game is noise, sound. So the survivors, when they're searching for keys, when they're getting items that are going to help them, are also going to be inadvertently making noise. They will then tell the killer where the noise has occurred. And that's the only information the killer really gets, is about noise. On the other hand, the killer literally dictates everything they're doing. They're saying exactly where they are, so the survivors can track exactly where the killer is on their specific map. This noise feature is pretty interesting as well. There are various effects the killer can do to encourage the team to make more noise. For example, there's this great fear mechanism, which is very thematic, which I really like.
Yeah, so basically, the bosses in different ways will give some fear tokens to the survivors, and once you got more than 2, whenever you need to add another one, it's gonna be equal for that specific character to shout,
like screaming in fear.
Screaming fear,
which tells the killer exactly where they are. Basically, I love that thematic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you got a lot of again, different monsters will do different things. Some are more heavier on the fear, some are more heavier on moving really fast. Some of them are just like, if I got you one, I'll kill you on the spot.
Some are more sneaky. They have this nice stealth mechanism, which I really like.
That is a very cool thing where, like in Predator, you can. You remember where Predator just clocked himself and disappeared? There are some of the monsters that can do the same thing. So you basically disappear, and you don't have to tell to the survivors where you're gonna be next. That is gonna you just tell them how much you can move. So there is always this very spatial puzzle for the survivor to know that, okay, the monster can move up to 3. If I'm here, I can avoid him to catch him.
Well, they might pop up here, or here. Let's try and avoid these places.
So yeah, it's really interesting. And again, each monster will have its own deck of cards with deck of abilities, and each one is very cool. And we'll let you discover all of them, but they are all very cinematic.
Yeah, very cinematic.
I would say.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. Matt, should we talk about the theme of this game and its production?
Yeah, let's go.
So Matt, this is extra. You can see this quite ridiculous screen. What I like about this, Matt, is this of course could have been just one sheet of cardboard.
Yeah.
But Ice Makes, the company behind this, I'm glad it's not though, have made this quite obscene but fabulous dice tower.
It basically is a card holder slash a screen slash dice tower, because you can catch your dice there.
Look at that. It's really good.
It is a lot. It is overproduced.
It's a massive box as well. It's a massive box.
But what I can tell you is, when it's on the table, it got that presence that you like.
Presence,
wow.
Yeah,
okay,
really cool.
I'm in it. And practical, it actually really screens the 2 sides.
Screens very well, yeah.
So that I'm happier. But I do agree, there is. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Hey, everything goes back flat into the box, and you can keep the dice tower intact inside the box. So they did a very well done job in terms of the production and
setup wise. What do you think about it? Difficult, long?
It's gonna be kind of like, first time it's just like, how do I put the screens together? But then when I got this, the Terrorscape 2, we didn't have, of course, the rule book, because again, this is a prototype. And I did it just by memory. Like, I remember exactly how to put it together. But it's pretty easy. At the end of the day, it's like 6-7 pieces to put together. They are quite easy to do.
Once you've actually built it as well, like getting it to the table is quite nice.
Especially because the all the stuff is divided. You're gonna have insert for both the monster and the survivor. So all the tokens and everything goes back in here. Same things for the monster. So you just, once you're done, put this aside. It doesn't take much to set up, even if it does look way more intense.
Yeah, actually it's relatively straightforward to set up and pack down. Art design wise, nice and thematic, lots of, like you said, like pop culture references, lots of horror themes, lots of blood and gore in the cut. kind of abstracted in some way. Actually, it's not super gross. It just gives you a flavour of exactly what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of like that serious, cartoony style.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can keep it quite dark and quite like thematic. It's very thematic.
Yeah, it is very
Yes, it
thematic.
is.
I think that's something that we both agreed is that this can be quite cinematic. It is quite thematic. When you are playing the survivors, you are pretty terrified of where the killer is going to be because you can see him on your map walking around. You're like, where are you going to go next? So you have that feeling. It can be quite exciting, and especially when you do find the survivor as the killer. When you find them, you have this really cinematic showdown. You're trying to kill them. You're trying to do some damage, and it comes down to a dice roll.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
always quite cinematic.
And it's again, the game itself, I don't think it's pretending to be the most serious game in the world. But a game needs to be fun.
Yeah.
And this, to me, it was a fun experience.
Yeah.
But we should talk about what the game is for next.
Let's go.
Wayne, so are you a horror movie fan?
No, that's absolutely not. I think that kind of like that expresses itself in my feelings for the game. I think this is it's a really fun thematic game. If you do like those movies, this is you're going to be really interested in this. I think this is like a really unique take on the one versus all genre. As we said, it already flips it on its head. And if you're interested in those types of movies and those types of video games, especially Dead by Daylight, I feel like the amount of
but that video game takes inspiration from all the
of course.
Yeah.
But it's the board game.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're interested in that game and you've played a lot of that game, this is kind of that in board game theme, in board game expression. It is really cool. I found the games that we've played very varied. Some of them have been very exciting. Some of them have been a little bit more dull. But I think that's the nature of a game.
Yeah.
It's done in half an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah,
It's not going to be 3 hours of like, oh god, this is a slog. It's out of the way. So if you have one that's a bit of a dud, you can play again. That you might get a completely different experience.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, this is not a 3 hours game.
No.
It's a game that you can put it on the table, you play an hour top, and you can start again.
Yeah.
We played like 2-3 games back to back, because they were pretty quick.
An hour and a half. Really quick.
And again, the games is gonna be always different because not only even playing with exactly same monster and same survivors, the victory condition will always change depending on what's gonna happen on the board. What object are you gonna find?
How much noise you're going to give away? Yeah.
So are you gonna get hurt when you are at the very start of the game? So you constantly need to run around scared of being killed. It will change all the time. Then put on top of that the monster will have his own deck of cards. So what he's gonna do is gonna depend as well on how good his hands is gonna be.
Absolutely.
Then change the monster, change the card, change the survivor, change the setting, and he gave you every time a different puzzle to solve on both sides, both the monster and the survivors.
Yeah, I think the shape of the puzzle will change, but the core gameplay loop will be the same. You're going to be trying to find items, trying to escape the house. The killer's been trying to kill the survivors. That sort of loop is going to be pretty much the same, but the variety within that can be quite good with the different killers, etc.
And in Terrorscape, it gives you more victory conditions, and it's
more options is good.
Yeah, and because it doesn't only give to the survivor more victory condition, it gives extra puzzle to the monster as well. Because the monster before they're gonna fix the radio or trying to escape the house. Now is another two, so you need to think more widely of what the other players might do. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing both. Probably I prefer playing as the monster.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing. But I think you'll prefer to play as the
I prefer playing as
the survivor.
As the survivors. Yeah, I like having the information. I think it's the same with other hidden movement games where I like being the one.
Yeah,
where I have the information.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I feel like it's a fun thematic experience. Rulebook wise, I think we had a few questions. Some things were a little bit sticky, but there's loads of board game geek threads on on this game at this point, so you can find lots of clarity for the rulebook. If we were going to put this in the complexity meter, Matt, where does it pop out?
Oh, probably. I would say kind of like intermediate, because the mechanic of the games is pretty easy. It's easy to explain to people, and it's easy for people to pick it up. It looks big, it looks a lot, but at the end of the day, if you're playing as survivor, you got one action in your turn, and you can move, or you can search, and then you just pass telling if you made noise or not. If you play as the monster, maybe it can be slightly more. So probably between intermediate and advanced.
I mean, right on the barrier.
In the barrier.
Yeah,
because
on the border, yeah.
If you play as a survivor, especially if you got another couple of players that played the game before, you're gonna pick it up like in seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
If you play the boss for the first time and you're not used to it, the movement game, it could be slightly more challenging, just because you got the deck of cards, you got hand managements that you need to look after. But apart from that, we taught this game like to people like in 10
pretty
minutes,
quickly. The teach pretty
even,
quick,
yeah.
as a matter of fact. Yeah. So right on the barrier, I think, between intermediate and advanced. Matt, should we dive into the final word?
Let's go.
So Matt, final thoughts on Terrorscape/Terrorscape 2 preview. What do you think?
I found that this game is a fun game. It's fun. F-U-N. It is not the most like articulated, more brainy, whatever, but it's thematic. It's fun. We had a lot of like big moments in the games where we're like, oh my god, it's gonna
coming down to the literally the last turn.
And to be honest, it's sometimes what you need for a game. You don't always need to think 5 turns ahead and trying to make the most complicated worker placement shenanigan. Sometimes you just want to have a fun game with your friends that is really thematic, that you can make stories around the game and chuck some dice, because we ended up a few games that, all right, I'm throwing these dice. If it's a 3, I win. Otherwise,
I lose. Yeah, exactly. Literally
it is that. So don't expect to be mega balanced. It is balanced in itself, but sometimes you're just unlucky.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be just unlucky.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 100% agree. This is a great thematic, fun, kind of messy experience, and that's cool. I mean, I think it's really nice, especially how it flips the genre on its head. I think for that, that's quite a unique experience in and of itself. If you like the theme, and with Halloween around the corner, if you're watching this around that time, this is a fantastic option for Halloween night. It is literally could not be more perfect.
I mean, we're gonna play it Halloween like 100%.
100%. This is going to be a Halloween game for us. Makes perfect sense for that. If you don't have any hidden movement games, this is a good option. Other examples of the genre that I really like are games like Mind Management or Sniper Elite, or as the aforementioned Letters of Whitechapel. These are all excellent games that are amazing examples of the genre, but they're more traditional. I think they're probably better games in general, but they don't have the theme or the flavour of this game.
Yeah, exactly. But some of them that are more
complex, more serious,
more complex.
Exactly.
What I want to add about the game itself as well. So Terrorscape, we say the first one came out a couple of years ago. There's been tons of expansion already that came out where that basically the expansion adds a different, not even a different house. You can have a face of the house, other piece of cardboard to set up the scene, a different map, and more character and more monsters. With Terrorscape 2, that is live now on GameFound, I believe until the end of September.
As of the date of this video?
Yeah, something like that. We'll check the link below. It should be still live or late pledge. What you're gonna get is, again, Terrorscape 2, that is standalone game that you can take and mix and match with the other expansion from the previous Terrorscape.
If you have the space for both the boxes.
Yes. That is the thing. And again, on the Game Found, of course, is a Game Found game, a crowdfunding game. There are tons of other expansion, more monster, more character, more everything that you want. So if you really like this game, you can really go ballistic on it.
You can get everything for it. Absolutely.
And yes, and this still, I can't get on this. But yeah, definitely go and check it out. I'm not sure when this is gonna be delivered, but you can get Terrorscape, the first one, right now.
If you're really excited,
yeah, you can start playing with that one, and then if you want, back this one and wait for the next year whenever it's gonna be, because you can then use whatever you got in the core box with another
the new one.
And I think that is a really, really good thing.
It is
because
really
they
cool,
could have
actually,
just done
completely different,
something completely different instead of like it's good both marketing and for the players.
Yeah, player friendly.
So
absolutely,
we like it.
Absolutely, we do. So that was our review and preview of Terrorscape / Terrorscape 2 out on crowdfunding now. You can see the link in the below. In the description below. But let us know. Matt is really distracting me. Let us know what you think of this game. Have you played Terrorscape? Let us know in the comments below, and let us know what games you're going to be playing at Halloween. As always, you can check the description for other things, including Matt.
Yeah, the Patreon. Go to check the Patreon.
It's not scary.
That's not scary. But if you want to make it scary, you can check it out and write a scary comment.
Write a scary comment in our Patreon, and it also helps the channel massively. But if you don't want to do that, the subscribe button won't kill you.
And it's always there.
It's always right there. You can always press that.
I can see with these blue things, I can see it live.
You can see it in 3D. You can check out the rest of our videos. And Matt, we're going to see him at the next one.
Ciao.